I think we have a problem. I think I have a briefing slides from 2013 where we showed they were teaching Marxist principles at West Point, and we have them memorialized. So I think we have a problem. I think leadership will emerge. I like to keep my thoughts to myself on exactly how that would happen. What I have here are these slides, and I'm going to blast through. I'm just looking for where I can start. But if you go to the slide, I want to just hit the piece I was talking about. This is on critical race theory, and it's one that basically explains that critical race theory is Marxism. And so I basically lined this up, and what I'm looking for is, see, I show the code language. So here you have, this is where it begins on how I made this argument. As a historical record amply over documents, Marxism has an established record of leaders who'd rather be rulers in hell than subjects in heaven. So I have a couple quotes from Marx. By the way, he wrote poems and short stories to Satan. And here are just two of his quotes. I wish to avenge myself against the one who rules above. Thus heaven I have forfeited, I know full well. My soul, once true to God, is chosen for hell. So think about that. Does Marx believe in God? Yes. Has he rejected God? Yes. If there is something which devours, I'll leap within it. Though I bring the world to ruins, the world which bulks between me and the abyss, I will smash to pieces with my encouraging curses. So, and then of course you have the famous quote right next to it of Saul Alinsky. Everybody's heard that, right? I think that not only did Saul Alinsky dedicate his book to Lucifer because he dedicated his book to Lucifer, I think it was an homage to Marx. And remember, Marxism comes out of these weird secret societies in Europe. You know, I fancy and I sometimes ponder, you know, the Justice League are the heroes in the comic books, right? But this organization was closely affiliated with something called the League of the Just Men, which could be translated as the Justice League. And I point out to people that the Marvel universe lately has a arch villain named Thanos, who's not quite a villain, okay, who routinely shows up and kills half the population. Thanos is Greek for death. And I'm sorry, that's as far as I'll go there. I'll stop because I'll get into my tinfoil hat thoughts about something's going on. So here you have that. So let's take a look at it. So I have that question up there. It's a little segue. When does this chronic association to Lucifer, Satan, transition from an interesting curiosity? Did anybody know that? Does anybody remember that? WikiLeaks? Spirit cooking? So let me say this. Do I care whether or not Podesta actually believed that? No, but I think he belongs to organizations that do it, and I think they belong to organizations that do it because they're establishing the fact that they don't give a damn about you. Okay? And they will walk over you. That's what I worry about. Here you have Black Lives Matter, not only Marxist, but involved in the cult practice. Some people knew that. Then you have here, running on the Republican ticket, the big tent. By the way, I have to look at my slide here. But you see the F the police down there, don't you? And there's a couple other things. That was a man on the Republican ticket for sheriff. So, and then of course BLM. So my point is here, when does the chronic association transition from interesting curiosity to a legitimate object of professional analysis? Because I will tell you, even if you believe the people who signal this imagery don't believe it themselves, there is a narrative that runs through it that they can associate command and control outcomes, that because you won't understand the narrative that drives this, you won't understand their decision making. Because it does affect their decision making. It is in there. And so I try to argue this as if I was an atheist talking to an atheist. But for people of faith, I think there's genuine reason to take great concern about this, and I'm not an atheist. So, you know, so I'll stop there because I just wanted to show for the gentleman talking about this, if he wants to come back up, that I very much look at this, and I very much think that to leave that kind of thing out of the equation is to leave out of the equation, what drives that religious fervor that the Marxists know is an essential part of what they do.